Hello everyone, my name is Rick Passek, FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today we'll be tying a little Hairy Shipmens buzzer, not bugger, a little Hairy Shipmens Buzzer. There you go. Geez, try to say that one fast. So let's not play around, let's get right onto it. So today in the Vice Hends BL254N, a size 10. Tie these in a 10, 12, and a 14. I'll be using some white poly yarn from Semperfli. So this one right here, the white one. I will be using some Semperfli Holo Tinsel in silver for the rib. And then I'll be using a mix of the hard dubbing and the hair dubbing from Hens. Just two different color, a blend. I'll show you guys when I get to that point. And we'll be using some black Semperfli Nanosilk. So let's fly at her. Try to get those dubbing flying everywhere. Just gonna wax my thread a little bit. Just gonna lay down a base coat just about to where the bend starts, and then come back forward. Cut off my tag. This is the bit. I'm just going to take half of it. Okay, and I want to lay it about centered, so about the same amount is forward than backwards. Go under and over, under, over, and you see how I'm working back. So I work back up to about where the barb would have been. Now I'm going to come forward with this. Got to be a little careful here that it doesn't spin around the hook shaft on you. You do want to leave a little bit of space because that's your tie off spot. So you want to just fold that forward, and then I'm just going to build just a little bit of a bulb there. That's it. Leave these long for now, at least to the front. The back one you could actually cut. I usually do. So I want to cut it about a little bit, maybe a quarter of an inch past the bend of the hook, if that. So just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to tie on my ribbing. So my ribbing in this case is the Semperfli Holo Tinsel 132. So now with a proper Shipmens buzzer, 3 wraps. It's all you need for a rib. If you go 4, it's not a huge deal, but 3 is the proper Shipmens buzzer. So, okay, so now I'm going to take the black from the hair dubbing, just a little bit of that, and a little bit of the number 3, which is kind of a dark gray kind of, and take a little pinch of that, about the same amount as the black, maybe a bit more. Okay. On top of each other, and then I'm just going to blend it just by pulling and stacking and pulling and stacking and pulling and stacking, okay, until I get that blended nicely. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, as I said, just pull and stack until it's blended decently. So that's about good. Okay, so now I'm going to wax my thread again. Key here is wax it, wax it, wax it. Stuff doesn't stick that well if you don't. So, okay. Just a nice thin noodle here. Not too thick. And a little bit on the back end here. A little bit more. It doesn't have to be overly tight of a noodle either. You do want it a little bit loose. Just tighten that last bit up. We're just going to be right there. Okay, so now I'm going to come in front, let that sit, and then I'm going to do a 1 turn, 2 turn, 3 turn rib, stroke that back, just catch that rib. Oh, I missed it. catch in that rib nicely. Once you've got that caught in, now you can stroke that all back. Go forward again. Just want to get that one more on top of that rib here, and then one more front. Okay, I'm just going to adjust that in my vise. Nip that off. Finish a bit of a head here. Cut that off. Then I'll put this forward, and I'm going to make it about the same length as that tail past the front. About like that. And there is your little scruffy Shipmens. Like I said, it's a pretty, let's see if I can zoom in a bit more. No, I can't. There you go. But it's a pretty simple pattern. Well, maybe if I turn this other light on. Hey, look. It's a little brighter now for you guys. But yeah, it's a fairly simple pattern. Now, if you want it a little scruffier, you can take your Velcro and just give it just a light little scruff out. Just make it a bit more scruffy. And done. She's a finished product. Nice and scruffy little fly. Sit up. I fished this on a dry line. Slow figure eight retrieve like you would do with a Renomed. But it's not gonna sink very far because it's just a hook. There's no weight on it. And this poly yarn will help it float a little bit as well. That's irritating me. It's not that it matters, but yeah. So it'll sit in that top 6 to 8 inches of the water, right, and a little bit deeper depending on if you're using fluoro or mono, right. So, but deadly patterns, and I tie these in a olive. I tie them in a straight black. I tie them in this combination. I really like this combination, a little bit of that black and the gray. So, alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Give her a thumbs up if you did. If you've subscribed, thank you. If you have not, please consider doing so. And spread the word to your friends. And yeah, let's get this channel built up. I'm doing 2 a week at least. I'm going to try to maybe do 2 a week, plus maybe a different type of session, maybe an interview or something like that with other people in the industry and stuff. So, alrighty. Thailands, everyone.